friends, welcome to part 3 of my craft room tour. So today I'm going to be concentrating on my desk area, my shelves above and my Alex drawers below. So first of all, on the left hand side here I have my TV. Now I have this up on a shelf, and this white shelf here, this is from IKEA. And it enables me to have some more storage underneath. So this is just a Perspex vanity case where I store some extra bits, so some sticky labels that I use quite frequently, some odd photographs and some double-sided sticky pads. So yeah, they just live in there. I've got a little notepad to the left there, so if I ever need just to jot something down, I have some paper on hand. And I bought this box from HomeSense and I loved it. It's this little box of awesome. And what I do with this box is anything that's sort of loose and I just want to use up, I tend just to pop it in here. And then when I'm creating a layout, no matter if I'm using a collection or not, if I find something that's going to work, I grab it out of here and add it on. I know I've got a few of the other loose boxes over on my shelves, but I don't want to pile it all in here for me to be overwhelmed and not use any of it. So sort of dribs and drabs, it goes into this box. And then next up, I'll move you in a little bit closer. So just here I have my charging station. So I know this is a craft room tour, but this is all part of it. So it's quite essential for me to have access to my iPad, my iPhone. I do record on my iPhone, and there's nothing worse than the camera running out of, or the phone running out of battery halfway through filming. So making sure that I have plenty of charging points for all of my electrical items. And then I posted a picture about this unit back at Christmas. So this unit here, my parents got me for Christmas. They obviously really know me really well. So I'll take you actually in a bit of a close-up to show you. So in the back here, there are these little holes. And I just have my tiny attacher, my long scissors, my rulers. Then I store my 80G gun in this end one, my water brushes, my X-Acto knife, just all the loose tools that don't have a home anywhere else. Then next into this middle bit, and I know this looks quite messy, but I know where everything is. So I have my, this is my pink paisley desk pad, and I just have this out on my desk when I'm doing multiple different tasks or projects. I have this out on my desk to remind me what I need to do. Then I just have some foam pads and some sticky dots. I have my acrylic blocks stacked in here as well. I don't want to keep falling over today. And then I did a citrus twist order, and these are the stamps I ordered, and I actually did a haul video on these the other day, so if you're interested, head over, look at my citrus twist order. There we go. Next I have my pack of journaling pens. I got these for £6 from the range, and you get all different thickness nibs. And then my adhesive sits here to the right hand side, so I've got my tacky glue, I've got my powder that stops the stickiness on the back of things from EK Success, and then some foam tape, some strong double-sided tape, my fine line bottle, a glue stick, and my glossy accent. So yeah, multiple different types of glue and used for all different things. So then next in the front here I have my roller date stamps, roller phrase stamps, and they're all numbered. And I just realised number 8 is missing and I have no idea where it's gone, and I'll search for that in a bit. So these are all numbered. So these basically correspond. I've got a little book here and I stamp out each of the stamps so I can see at quick glance what phrases are on the stamps. And then it's easy enough for me to then make a decision on which one I want to use. And then just in this end one here, I just keep some essentials. So I keep my little scissors that I use for fussy cutting, some tweezers, a rubber, washi tape that I won't ever use because it's brown. I use that for sticking down the back of my sewing layout, and just again a little notepad if I need to make a note. Then on to these 3 drawers at the bottom. So in this first one, my hole punch, my corner rounder, replacement for my Tim Holtz knife, got a little measuring tape, so yeah, those go in there. And then on to the next drawer. This is just used to store my extra staples for my Tim Holtz tiny attacher, and also the replacement pockets for my diamond press die cutting machine. There's a few stamps in there as well. And then the last one, so here we have, I keep some hand cream because my hands do get dry when working with so much paper. I've got my Ranger ink blender, a replacement blade for my Fiskars trimmer. I don't keep this in the top part because it just bulks out. It should be in my Christmas box in my art bin, to be fair, but it's for some reason it's in here for the minute. And then yeah, just some ink daubers and also an adhesive eraser. Okay, and then on round to the right hand side of that, I just have my Heidi Swap photo box organizer, and I know favourite is spelt wrong. I'm at peace with that. And oh, for you Americans, it's not spelt wrong. Just above that, I have just a nail in the wall which holds my Tim Holtz tiny word stickers, and I use these all the time, so I keep them nice and handy. And that is where I keep the little book for my roller phrase stamps. And then onto my bar that I have just under my shelf above my desk. So I have these little canisters from IKEA, and also the little bar came from IKEA. I think the little pots were 75p, and I think the bar was £1.50 or something stupid like that. So it's perfect. So I just store in here all the things that I want to hand when I'm scrapping. So the left box, I have a whole load of just mishmash of items. So it could be things that people have sent me, it could be things that I've found that I've forgotten I had and I do particularly want to use. It could be things that I've got out of kits and I have nowhere else to put them, so things like sequins. I've got some random Instax photos in here as well, stuff that I do want to grab. So it's like the little box of awesome, but it's just random other stuff that I've got. I'm trying to convince myself that my craft room is organised and all my random bits of stuff are all together, but I think I've just proven to myself that they're not. So in this one, I store most of my twine, apart from my Christmas twine that stays in its own box. And then just a pot of pens, gel pens, Sharpies, pencils, the complete works are in there. And then that one on the far right hand side, it's the same again, but I've got some Crayola colouring pens in there. I've got my Tim Holtz pick and also my Tim Holtz scissors. So that is my go-to pot every time. So just the last couple of things just on the end of my desk here. So I store my Fiskars trimmer up in its side so it's not taking much of a footprint on my desk. I keep my Brother sewing machine on here as well, ready for use at any time. And then I have this on the end. So this is my, well, I got this from IKEA. Again, this video isn't sponsored by IKEA, but my craft room does look like an IKEA showroom. This little rotary rack, oh, it's not really a rotary rack, but I don't know what you call it. Absolutely perfect to use to store some of my craft stuff in. So in the bottom drawer, or the bottom basket there, I hold all of my washi. And I'm not embarrassed to say that I have, I think, 300 rolls. I don't care. I don't care. I love my washi. Sorry about that. My dog's just decided to walk in whilst I'm filming. Then in this middle basket here, I have a whole bunch of stuff. So I use this basket to store items that maybe when I've been going through my craft room, I found things that I think, oh, I really need to get to using that. So what I do is I grab it and I put it in this basket, and then it reminds me that I need to do something with it. And then in this little top basket here, I store my brads. Okay, and into the little shelf above my desk here, I just store my little diamond press die cutting machine. I have this heart storage unit, and it's got all these little boxes, and I store sort of paper clips, labels, some other just random things that I've accrued. Occasionally those get pulled out and used. Next I have some more sequins here, and I have all of my mists, and they're sort of separated into the Distress Inks and the Heidi Swap colour shines. Now this card came in a Quirky Kits, which is a UK kit club. Absolutely loved it, and I knew it wasn't going to go on a layout. I knew it was going to go in my craft room somewhere. A big bronze C. I've got an American Crafts clipboard. I love that, and I occasionally change it out to a different sentiment. And then just on the end here I have some crafting books. And then finally up the top here I have my big shelf, and it goes all the way along. So first of all, on the left hand side, and you're going to have to forgive me because I'm trying to do this one-handed now. In the left hand side I have a whole load of stickers in this one. In this one I have random sort of cork, alphas, sticker books, stuff that doesn't belong to a collection. They go in there. In this one I have thicker titles in here that don't belong to a collection, so I just chuck those in there. There's a couple of loose packs of thickers that won't go in the box because I have too many. There, I said it, I've got too many packs of thickers. And then in here I've got some other chipboard stickers. In this one here, it's another one of those IKEA boxes. I just store in here ephemera packs. So if I don't have the collection for it and I haven't opened the ephemera pack, then I store them in here, and I store duplicates in here as well. So anything that I've got multiple of just goes in there. Then next onto this mesh basket, and I just store lined paper, graph paper, the laminator sheets. So stuff that's needed but not essential just goes in that basket. And we have, this is the secret to my filming. So I just used one of these bendy arm, and as I said, I film my iPhone. It just goes in there and points straight down. I may change that setup at some stage. In here I store random bits to send away for Happy Mail. And then in this container here, I used to subscribe to the Lollipop Box Club, and I've ended up with sort of loads of bits and pieces from the kit club, stuff that I haven't used yet. Just stored it all in here for the minute, and I will just grab out bits from that as and when. In here I have some loose papers, some cards, I've got some more alphas I didn't even know I had. I'll top those up in my little photo album that I showed you on yesterday's video. And then next I have some mini albums. So I have a smash book. I've got my 2015 December daily, my 2016 December daily, and I don't think I filmed a flip through for this yet. So if you want to see how my December daily ended up finishing in the end, oh yeah, I thought I did that. Then yeah, I'm not going to spoil it. Leave a comment down below if you want to see my December daily finished album. And then I have this gold glitter album, which is an 8x8, and that's for a book of me. Las Vegas, so this is just a photo album. I have an 8x8 album, a ring bound album just on the end there. I'm doing for me and my nephews when I had them for 2 weeks. 6x6 album, and then a little 4x4 for my dogs. And then in here, on the top here, I just have some random, in a basket, I just have some random items, stuff that I've not come to use yet, but it's just there for when I want. And then I store in these pink boxes, I store all of my doilies in this one. Most of my doilies, and I'll show you why I say most of my doilies. And then in this one, all of my frames. And then finally onto my Alex drawers and under my desk. So in the top drawer of my Alex drawers, This is just a drawer that I store some extra sticky notes, my notepads that I'm working in, some pens, just some random stuff really, just mainly notepads. On my thickest tools as well, they stay in here, so nothing too glamorous. In here, I'm a bit ashamed to open this, but this is my technology drawer. So I've got tripods, I've got charging cables, headphones, cricket cables, the laptop charger, so everything that's electrical related or charging cables go in there. Now this is a bit of a random drawer, but it's my working drawer. So I store my photographs in here, I store my frame punch board in here, I store my mini alphabet punch board in here. This is a layering bag, so I just grab this when I'm crafting away. So I have things like some glassine bags, some doilies and some tissue paper. And this is just really handy just to grab and go rather than sort of sifting through all of my other layering bits. And that's why I said most of my doilies are in that box, because there are a couple in there. And then this bag here is full of enamel dots, adhesive pearly things. I'll just grab those, use those quite a lot. And then because I'm working on some travel albums at the moment, I just have these in here currently because I don't have a home, just some travel journaling cards and die cuts. And then next I just store my my foam in here as well. So there's been a challenge over on one of the Facebook groups I'm in to use buttons on a layout. So I've grabbed my buttons out, just popped them in here for now. Grabbed my buttons out ready to make that layout. And then at the back here, another couple of these little IKEA boxes. This one's fairly empty because I've used it all. But I store little scraps of vellum in here. And these are some extra photographs that I need to go through as well. And because these ones are all going in Disney album, that's why they're out. And then just a little one of cuts of white card as well. So those get stored in there. And then onto the next drawer down. So this is my sewing drawer. So I store in here a whole manner of things. So I have my Sew Easy tool underneath there. I have some stitching templates. I've got loads of embroidery floss that I want to sort through. Got loads of sort of replacement spools for my sewing machine as well. Sewing needles in there. So everything sewing related is in there. And then in this bottom drawer, in this white box here, I store just a whole load of ephemera for pieces that I want to keep and scrap. On the top here, this is a Simple Stories I Am collection, and this is an ongoing project that I'm using these products for, so I just keep those to hand. And then just a couple of the Lollipop box clubs that I haven't used yet. And then under here to the left of my desk, I just have some storage boxes, and there's not much in the bottom one, to be fair, so I won't bother dragging that out. I'll keep a waste paper bin underneath as well. I have another one of the 9 litre storage boxes, and these store all of my other alphas in. So I do them in, I store them in colour order. And excuse all the cables underneath there. There's quite a few going up to the TV and my sewing machine and all sorts. So yeah, I'll just store random alpha sheets in here, ones that are not flickers. And then also I just have my scrap bin underneath here as well. So I just use one of these pink baskets, and I do need to go through that at some stage because it's getting a bit full. And then finally onto the right hand side of the Alex drawer. So in here I just store my my cutting mats. So on the right hand side I have one of these little tray inserts from, let's guess, where is it from? Yes, that's correct, it's IKEA, and I just store all my stamp pads in there. In this one I store loose items that I'm about to work with, my Stamp Perfect tool, I need to get out and actually use that again, and yeah, so just a whole load of random stuff. In this one I store my wood veneers, and at the back there's some extra tape adhesives as well. So these wood veneers, this little thing actually slides perfectly, and there's an area underneath and I can store some extras. And then in the front here, this is just like a nail varnish storage pot, and I just store my my enamel effects, stickles and all sorts in there, so that gets stored in there as well. And then all of my punches go in this drawer here. And then finally onto the bottom box. So this is just a whole load of items that I want to scrap, that I want to work with. So these ones are loose on top, but you'll see these plastic containers underneath. So these came from Tesco's of all places. I think they were like £2.50, and these are perfect just to, I think they're meant to be document storage, but these are perfect just to store a whole load of stuff. So if you're working on a project and you want to keep it all together, this is perfect. This is my desk area. Oh, my little waste paper bin on top. This is my desk area, my working area that I work from. So this is, as I said, is part 3, and part 4 is coming up tomorrow. That's my Kallax unit, and it'll be the final part of this series. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to do the usual. Give it a like, leave me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.